Actually, the video that I had was on I guess, Reclassing. Yeah. And
Reclassing.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
That kid was reclassed. He's 15 years old playing varsity. That's crazy.
Can you break that down? Because I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was a thing like this, like it's a thing.
Right.
So can you kind of, yeah,
It's a thing. Right. Reclassing by a lot of folks do it in middle school because most states you can only do 4 years of high school. So to do it in high school, you risk having to sit out a year. So a lot of in this area, and I'm in the DC metro area, DMV. In this area, most people do it in the eighth grade. So they'll hold them back in the eighth grade, let them redo that eighth grade again. So now they're a year older going into high school. So now this 14-year-old is now 15-year-old, 15, 14 going on 15 in the eighth grade. So he's dominating other eighth graders usually. So you do it because you give them that advantage. People don't want to admit it as an advantage, but you give them an advantage early on, which helps them get stronger, helps them gain confidence, helps them better prepare for high school. So it's early. It's an advantage. As much as people don't want to admit it is, it's an advantage. So a lot of folks do it in middle school. But with middle school, you can't do it in public school. So to be able to do it in middle school, you have to push them to a private school. There's a lot of private middle schools in this area, so there's a lot of opportunities to move a kid over for a year um, in a private school to hold them back. And then, like I said, they go into high school at 15 instead of 14. So that's the advantages. Now going into high school now, this would have been a 14-year-old freshman is now 15. So if he's talented, there's a better chance of him playing varsity
right.
as a freshman. And now that kid's playing 4 years of varsity, which means that that's going to push him up the list of what the good kids in the area, what are considered the higher level kids in the area, because now he's 15 playing varsity as a freshman. Not a lot of 14-year-olds play varsity as a freshman. So you have a better opportunity to do that at a 15-year-old freshman. So reclass is huge in this area. A lot of the best kids in this area have been reclassed.
Yeah, this is all new. This is new to me, but I know it happens, but I didn't know it was a thing like it is. And I seen videos on it, and you did it with your son, so I know you think it's beneficial. But I seen people saying like it was, they didn't believe in it. They thought it was, whatever,
Right.
whatever. But yeah,
They call it cheating. They want
yeah,
to say it's
yeah, yeah.
cheating,
I
this, that,
mean,
and the other. But because you don't make a decision to do something that's legal, that's available to everybody, because you don't make the decision to do it, why is it a problem for you? If I'm gonna do everything I can to do what's best for my kid, so if it means making that type of a decision for him, and it doesn't harm anybody, it's an opportunity for him to get bigger, better, stronger, and smarter, then I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna let whoever else has something to say what they gotta say on the
yeah,
sidelines. But most of those people are angry because they see these kids moving ahead of
right,
their kids.
yeah,
Right. So, but it's a
yeah,
choice. It's a choice.
yeah. I mean,
So it was a
yeah.
good choice for us.
I don't, I don't really see it as cheating. And like you said, it's only cheating because you're not doing it. You know what I mean? If you were able to
Right.
do it, you would do it. Most people would do it. So, and in you
Right.
guys situation, you were kind of almost forced to do it because of the situation it was.
The
Yeah, the
situation.
situation. So yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. 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 Because my son was miserable on that team and they won a championship that year,
Wow.
right? That last year he was there. So I got a picture of him on the bench when they won the title. This dude looked like he ready to walk out the door. He was done, because like I said, we expected him to contribute a lot. So he didn't get a chance to play
Really?
as much as he should have, for all these other little political reasons. And there's always some politics when you talk about a school where you got to pay to go,
Yeah.
whereas outside of a public school, it's a private school situation because those guys are trying to win every game. Those coaches are trying to win every game. But and even with the thing about it is, and I talk about it in my book, there's levels to that. There's those elite basketball schools, and then there are schools that are elite because they have an elite coach. So there's some schools in this area that are high academic schools that have some of the better coaches in the area. So they're winning with kids that would normally just come to the school. So they got engineers on the team. I mean, they got smart kids on the team that are kids that are high academic, kids going to Stanford, kids going to all of these big time schools, this, that, and the other, because they have that level of intellect or whatever. And he's really working these kids, training them, coaching them up, and developing these kids into high level basketball players. So they're putting together kids. Like there's one coach out here, Eric Singletary, coaches at Civil Friends. Civil is a high academic school. The Obama kids, one of them president's kids went to that school. So it's a high academic, big money school. $40,000 a year tuition, that kind of stuff. So he's taking kids that kids that some are elite basketball, high level basketball players, but not all of them. I mean, he had one kid on that team that's a football player, went to Stanford, started on that team, and was knocking off big schools. Because he's an elite coach. So there are those situations, and then there are basketball factory
Right.
kind of schools where everybody's going to the NBA. The coach is a former NBA coach, Division One coach, and that kind of stuff. There's those things, the Montverts and those schools, the basketball factories, and those kinds of things too. So there's levels to this
Oh
basketball
yeah,
thing,
it's
man. Even at
yeah,
the high school
it's
level.
yeah, it's definitely levels to it, man. It's levels to it. And I think your book is good for people to, if they're just getting their feet wet, to see that this
Yeah,
this is big business. This is for real. This is for real,
huge.
and it's not something you should go into not knowing anything. And I think
Yeah,
that's why your book is so powerful and it's so needed, man. And I want to put the cover up here so people can see. This is the book.
that's what's up.
This is the cover of the book. So where can they go to get this book?
Yeah, you can get it at it's my name. So it's corwinmelvin.com. CORWINMELVIN.com.
Definitely. So yeah, you can go to his website. That's his name. I'm gonna put a link in the description of the video of the podcast. Go there and get this book because, man, if you have followed the Raising Carter podcast, I love hoops, and if you got a son that's a young hooper, and you think,
Or
or
daughter.
or daughter, who's
Or daughter, because it's all
yeah,
about
yeah,
hoops. It's the
yeah,
same politics. It's the
yeah,
same business. It's the
yeah,
same business. And now it's coaches
yeah,
crossing over. So a lot of those youth coaches for the girls
yeah,
are guys. They're
yeah.
men coaching them. So it's a lot of the same stuff. It's a lot of the same greatness, a lot of the same foolishness, all
Wow,
at the same
yeah.
time.
So yeah, man,
You know.
I am, man. This was a pleasure, man. This was a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Uh, um, where can people besides your website get in touch with you? Where are some of your others?
Well, you can hit me. Well, I'm everywhere. So I'm Corwin Melvin on all the platforms. But I'm a writer and I'm a writing coach. So if you're interested in writing a book, or if you know someone who's interested in writing a book, you can reach me at launchtheauthor.com. That's launchtheauthor.com. Or you can reach me on any other platforms. Corwin Melvin. I'm Corwin Melvin on Instagram, Corwin Melvin on TikTok, Corwin Melvin on Facebook. I'm everywhere. So because when I was raising kids, I figured every social media platform they were on, I was going to be on. So I just stayed
Yeah,
stuck with it.
that's,
So wherever your kids are, be there so that you can monitor and manage what's going on around them, because society is crazy, and you want to make sure that your kid is not being exposed to things that they do not need to be exposed
oh,
to.
that's
What are you doing out there? Get your head in the game. You're embarrassing me.